Right, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today you've caught me mid-project of installing some LEDs into my side rails of my Nissan Navara. But what we're actually going to talk about is this. This is the Milwaukee M12 soldering iron. Use this on and off. I find it a really handy tool to have when you're doing stuff like this. So, bit of a background is, my work normally takes me into the middle of nowhere where I require tools that are battery powered. So that's why I'm so heavily invested in the Milwaukee platform with the M12 and the M18 fuel stuff. Basically because I can go into the middle of nowhere and still work without too much limitations. Obviously there are thought processes behind and you might have to come home and do the odd little bit, but apart from that, most of the stuff is on site. But this is really handy, this little M12, so we'll get into it and we'll have a conversation about it. So the first thing to actually take note of is the size. Now, I'm a good old country boy. I have shovels 4 hands, so this to me is a good size. Now obviously if you're going into a small space you don't want it something this size, but for me it fits my hand really well. We've got multi-functioning or multi-positioning top, so there's a little button here which you can change the angle of the head, 45 or 90 degree locked off. That's really handy, especially if you've got a bench, sit it down, your soldering irons at that angle, or even if we've had it before where we've managed to wedge it in something. So if you wedge it in something like that, you've actually got a tip which you can solder off from there, so you can move your work to the tip. So I find that really handy. It feels nice in the hand, it doesn't feel too heavy. It's the typical Milwaukee thing, everything is where you expect it to be for it to work, and for it to be ergonomic, so I think is the correct word. So next thing is, how quickly does it heat up? Well, this hasn't been on. Yeah, look, touchy tip, it's not been on. So you've got your little temperature gauge, well, let's say temperature gauge, it's a little temperature indicator. It tells you when it's up to temperature. So we'll do this live. On. So there it's flashing, saying that it's heating up, and it will go red when it's hot. Now, if you think about this compared to a normal soldering iron, there you go. So it's actually gone green. I do apologise. It's red when you switch it off. So that is now up to temperature. That is hot enough to solder with. Compare that to a normal soldering iron, and I don't think that's too bad at all. When you turn it off, that goes red to indicate that the tip is still hot. That will obviously go to nothing when the tip is clear again. So there you go. I don't think that takes long at all. When you get this out of this box, it actually comes with 2 different tips. Obviously we've got the small tip on this one, and it also comes with a spade bit as well. I don't personally use the spade bits, but it's nice that there's the option. Just this, unscrew this here and you can take the whole lot off for cleaning as well, which is really handy. But yeah, it's a user-friendly tool. It feels nice in your hand, it works as it should. There's not much really that I've found wrong with it. Like I said, the only complaints I've found online from doing a little bit of research is that people don't like the size. Well, frankly, I like the size. I think that's horses for courses again. If you've got big hands, you're gonna like the size. So I've got big hands, I like the size. So yeah, I think that's a bit of a non-issue personally. I know there's probably a few people who will disagree with me on that one, but yeah, I can't see a problem with them. Let me know, guys, if you've actually got one and what you think of them. Do you think that they're a bit of an odd size, or like what are your thoughts on the tool itself? like I said, it's just another product from Milwaukee that you can throw in your tool belts and not think about it, and then it becomes one of those tools that you go, how did I ever live without this? You know, I mean, the gas versions, they're good, don't get me wrong, they are good as well, but it's a gas version, isn't it? You've got to carry something else. You've got to carry your, make sure you carry your lighter fluid around, or your butane bottle, whatever you want to call it, around with you, just in case. You know, this is something that you've already got on you. You've already got your batteries with you, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, for me it just ticks all the boxes. It ticks all the right boxes as well. I know I'm a bit of a fanboy, but you know, you can't complain about it. So for me, it's a thumbs up. I would definitely, I do invest in my tools anyway, so it just does the job done. Do you know what I mean? It's easier, you don't have to worry about a cable being in the way or anything like that. Yeah, perfect really. So yeah, look guys, if you're thinking about buying one, I would say there's two things to look out for. One is the size. The other thing is if you've got a 2 amp hour battery, obviously it doesn't have a base, so it's not as stable, so you're going to have to find somewhere to put it where it's not going to fall. I mean, it's a non-issue, but still, it's one of those, it's worthwhile having. Battery life, it's going to use battery, it's heating up a cord, of course it is, but there's enough on there that I've found where I can do 30 to 40 sort of solders. I mean, to be honest with you, I say that I've never used a battery up on it because I've never done that much. I've done bits a day, do you know what I mean? So it's a non-issue for me. I put down the RRP because, to be honest with you, I can't remember how much I paid. I think it was £119.99, but I will put an RRP on the screen now, just so you guys know. And yeah, to be honest with you guys, it's another great tool from Milwaukee. Yes, Milwaukee fanboy. Yes, I understand that I'm never going to say a bad word against them, but I think it's a really good tool. So like and subscribe if you liked this review. Next one we're doing Milwaukee review wise might actually be on the pack out system. I've got 2 pack out systems, so it might just be a little walk round and a little view of what I find useful and what I think they could have done better. So like, subscribe, share about, guys. Thanks for watching Man at the White House.